Hello, my name is Treva Jones, and I am very excited to be a student once again. I started my college journey in 2009, which was 11 years after graduating from high school. That makes me a very non traditional student. I took a course to become a medical assistant, and I instantly fell in love with the healthcare field. My father was diagnosed with cancer and became very ill. It was then that I fell in love with healthcare, and that's when I knew it was my calling to become a nurse. I have a very compassionate spirit by nature, which is a blessing in the healthcare world. I do plan on finishing up my prerequisites for nursing with LAPU so I can enroll in nursing school and become an RN. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in Southern California. I was raised by my mother and father, who were married for 34 years. I always felt blessed to have both parents in the house growing up. It really gave me a true sense of family and a strong foundation for marriage. As a child growing up, we went to church every Sunday, and my mother made sure we were brought up in the Word. She instilled in us a strong foundation of Christianity. I now have a husband named Johnny and two children, Isaac, who is 18, and Trinity, who is 14. We moved from Southern California to Wisconsin about 6 years ago. It was definitely a huge culture shock to all of us. We now live in a very small town of about 9,000. I can appreciate the small town life and what it has to offer. However, I do miss the hustle and bustle of the city. As I stated earlier, I do work in healthcare. I started as a medical assistant working in a high risk obstetrics office. I worked in a nursing home and I worked in an urgent care walk in clinic setting. I loved all of the places I worked in, and I learned a lot. About 4 years ago, I started working with general surgery and orthopedics, which was a great fit for me. I learned so much from my providers that I worked with and all of the coworkers there as well. I now work as a certified nursing assistant with the Department of Veteran Affairs in the mental health department. I work with veterans who have substance abuse issues, PTSD, and general psychosocial disorders. It's a very great place to work, and I feel like I learn a lot every single day. I learn a lot from the veterans that I care for. I learn a lot from their families, and I definitely learn a lot from my coworkers. I love what I do. However, I have not reached my potential yet. I know that I can bring so much to the table, and I'm going to become a registered nurse that specializes in mental health. Helping those who have served our country means so much to me, and I feel like I am serving God while I work. It is very important to me that I fulfill God's will in my life. I want to make my husband proud, I want to make my family proud, and I also want to make myself proud. Most of all, I want to do God's will and I want to make my Heavenly Father proud.